Honestly, Ruth Bassar could use my help too. She's all brains, but no branding.
Run, don't walk to spend your hard-earned bits on these quality Antes goods or services. Our Iffy Jiffy mail order division informs it is now...
The plan is always in motion. Much like you, it would seem. May...
research laboratories for purposes we may only guess at. The Panpharmacon 5 is now available to you, the unremarkable everyday consumer. Step inside and let electromagnetic waves bathe over you, exciting your molecules and curing such ailments as dropsy, sciatica, narcolepsy, rickets, night sweats, and collectivism. Not recommended for longer than 1 second at a time. Not responsible for temporary or permanent damage to... eyes, teeth, skin, or general lifespan. Ask your doctor if a walk-in industrial... Macrowave is right for you. Right. Moving on. This is for anyone out there who just lost out on a big promotion. Keep your chin up. Next time.
Stop deviating from the baseline.
Apoplexy, whooping cough, childhood gout, adult rickets, dysentery, swings of moon, bloody flux.
I believe our group's combined efforts are in direct accordance with the plan.
Laureate Craft sent ahead. You're free to come and go.
Lovely day for differential geometry.
Hello, layperson.
Fortificator at ready status. Vitals are in the red, command. Fortification in progress. There be none. Energy transmitter active. Capacitor deployed. Free energy if you can...
You're listening to Wireless Free Arcadia for music, entertainment, and the latest from the front lines. Sponsored by... You're listening to Wireless Free Arcade. You're listening to You're listening to Wireless Free Arcadia for music, entertainment, and the latest from the front lines. Sponsored by Antes Choice, improving lives through unfettered free trade and unbridled self-betterment. I've just been handed this breaking news bulletin. The Protectorate has launched
For so long you have owned... Now with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our... Prudent. Now, I am Ruth Bassar, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, my sensory deprivation chamber. I spend the majority of my day... It's a rather... You're confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station? Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement. Yes, by all reports it was. But the plan evidently has greater outcomes prepared for Vicar Levin. He is, at that. I consider him a close personal friend, and I cannot say that about many. However, there's something of even greater import we must discuss. I just received the most curious transmission from Auntie Cleo. She wishes to discuss a partnership of sorts, and I heard you were the source of this plot. I must admit I have significant doubts about colluding with an entity like Auntie's Choice. Why should the Order agree to even entertain the possibility? That was not my question. What is your envisioned outcome for this disputation? I doubt Auntie
Failed to cite her work completely.
The plan is always in motion. Much like you, it would call it Laplace's garden. It saddens me to see the garden so despoiled by our wartime presence. But, oh, the Laureate Council simply draws a name out of a hat. No? In reality, I was recommended for my position by the preceding bishop. My predecessor, I counted him a friend. Orlo shared with me his doubts about the Order's partnership with the Protectorate. The compromise is made. He had many such regrets at the end. It was not the only determining factor. May you... Welcome back, Agent. Is there some As I told you in my message, a splinter group was responsible for recruiting your fellow agent and tasking her to perpetrate that heresy. The conviction of those radicals was such that they elected to perish from exposure to Cloister's wilderness to avoid fouling their predictions and my interference. Their interpretation of the data was at odds with mine. I forbade them taking action, to no avail, obviously. I disavowed their actions then, as I do now.
That sure will be some comfort the next time one of my stumps seizes up.
This kind of collateral damage is precisely what I was hoping to avoid. But that is the past. We must look toward the future now. May you achieve progress. Welcome back, Agent.
I believe our group's combined efforts are in direct accordance with the plan.
Don't walk to spend your hard-earned bits on these quality Auntie's goods or services.
Say, hold up there, friend. Watch out. That way's a minefield.
Ha! I laugh at danger. I'm a get-up-and-go-getter. Whoosh! That's the sound of me throwing caution to the wind. While the herd wait for permission, I see my opportunity and take it. I hand-make my own...
Welcome back, Agent. In what manner can I...
Eat Purpleberry Crunch by Auntie's Choice. Every flavor-filled morsel is packed with the pep and pertinacity you need to succeed. Are you a get-up-and-go-getter? Right. Moving on. This one goes out to all those aspiring to climb the rungs of their department. May you ascend swiftly through talent or gut.
Oh no, exactly.
You can't mess with me, cousin.
Oh, Baron Morshun. My friend is leaving you. Of course. Oh my squirrel. Those classes are paid off. Excuse me. Pardon.
Broadcasting only the most profitable news, music, and honest product endorsements. This is Wireless Free Arcadia, the voice of Auntie's Choice.
At Auntie's Choice, we think there is no freedom without freedom of choice. And you need all 10 flavors of Spectrum vodka in order to be free.
Every autonomous consumer needs both boost and I it's not forced.
Say you are liberated without frozen, dried, smoked, and canned salt tuna fillets.
Be free, everyone!
Be free with Auntie's Choice.
Now, upward and onward. Now, here's a song to take your mind off your worries. Unless you're being hunted by a pack of raptidons or some such.
The following is a special selection from Auntie the Musical, the all-seeing generalization of Auntie's
Exactly.
inspiration.
Where's the costume? You were there.
Yeah, so she has to pick the crop.
Exactly. Excuse me. Pardon.
Woodwork. Music. Yes.
Listen, child, take it straight. This term, self-betterment, makes you 110% everything you'd ever hope to be.
She said, be the you that you would be if you were any better. Get some get up and go. You get up and go get her. Choose betterment or impediments. Improve yourself, enhance the whole. Get that raise, advance your role and ignore all toll. Monopolize for price control, that's our highest goal.
We've got an improved outlook, a revolutionary corporate guidebook with a fresh new can't-lose surefire sales pitch. Now our underlings are grinning and upper rungers are winning. So shortly you and I will all get rich.
She said,
Honestly, Ruth Bassar could use my help too. She's
just the best choice. It's Auntie's choice.
Broadcasting only the...
She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's choice.
Broadcasting only the most profitable news, music, and honest product endorsements. This is Wireless Free Arcadia, the voice of Auntie's Choice. And this month's winner of Auntie's Jingle Contest TM is Factory Technician 3rd Class Janie Thirunavu Karasar, who submitted the following audio recording.
I love Auntie, yes I do. Her hair looks real, like a real hairdo. I love Auntie, so do you. Let's buy Sisty Bits, covered in goo.
Congratulations, Janie. You and your family win a full year's supply of Borst Pockets for one low price. Now, upward and onward. Now for something a little different, tonally, if not thematically.
Whooping fits. Childhood gout. Adult rickets. Dysentery. Swings of mood. Bloody flux. Decrepitude. Night terrors. Mania. Day terrors. Melancholia.
That last selection has been scientifically proven to increase productivity, improve morale, and soothe all manner of mental malady in the listening workforce. At least in the lab. Not responsible for... night sweats, abnormal bone growth, or prolonged glossolalia. Next up, something reasonably peppy. Please consult your employee handbook to determine...
Pop guns to self-propelled cannons? I have whatever size weaponry you need to make all...
Auntie the Musical, the all-singing dramatization...
All your problems, past tense.
The other day, I stumbled into the white ball lanes on the self-made market legend herself. Paragon of do-it-yourself.
Welcome to... What is it? We hope...
This should be rich. What now? Jeer away. I'll be counting the...
A moment of your time. Have you any tips for a bottom runner who's lost on the climb? I tried my best to urge her because I wrote before the merger with Spacer's Choice. So all full of confidence, I asked her, how do I find success in Auntie's Choice? And this is what she said to me.
The old corporate thinking will only leave you sinking. Listen, child, and take it straight from me. This term, settlement, makes you 110% everything you'd ever hope to be.
She said, be the you that you would be if you were any better. Get some get up and go. You get up and go get her. Choose betterment or impediments. Improve yourself, enhance the whole. Get that raise, advance your role and decor.
Yeah.
Monopolize for price control, that's our mind.
She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's Choice.
You're tuned to...
I'll have you know my panhandling license is completely up to date.
And prevailing conditions...
Any progress? Well, as it says in the Middle Management Handbook, if your proxy is effectual, you are effectual. So, go effectuate.
You may have heard that Auntie knows better than nature. Auntie offers over 1,000 different products in over 100 different brands.
Nature offers disease, predation, pestilence.
Working hard or hardly working?
Have a profitable day.
Choose Auntie's Choice. Okay, back to business. This one
Sorry. Time is bits. Bits is time. Or art.
May you ascend swiftly through talent or gut.
I'm looking for a meal that doesn't... Real beauty. Let's see what's inside. It's not the worst unless it's forced worst. Forced worst, oh forced worst. And today, tongue sweet. Meats lungs to hearts.
Standing by to stupefy.
Brought to you by...
Vitals are in... Energy transmitter active. Capacitor deployed. Free energy.
Meats lungs to hearts. They use all the tastiest parts. Ears to hocks and rears to tits. Efficient means we make more things. Forced worst, oh forced worst. It's not the worst unless it's forced worst, forced
A string of legends to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's Choice.
Make profitable choices.
If you have business here, don't let me keep it.
Don't let us keep you.
Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell Hades.
Look who it is, the instigator of this little affair. Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless the leader of the Order's too busy crunching numbers to attend to business.
There we are. Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some technical issues. Cloister's atmosphere has a tendency to...
Oh, yes. Regale us with a thorough account of Cloister's atmosphere. Oh, spare no detail.
This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better.
Why, I don't know what you're referring to, I'm sure. Compared to how I treat my staff, I'm being a peach.
If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations may prove short indeed.
From where I'm positioned, I sense 3 sore points still in need of massage. Point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology.
Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive without interference from Auntie's choice.
What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries? We would put it to far more practical use. Imagine the marketing strategies it could develop.
I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question.
The stamen of a typical Arcadian Titan flower, or Colossicus arum, is responsible for dumping several pounds of dander into the local atmosphere each pollination cycle. Multiply that by the dozens surrounding most settlements, and the many other...
I am amenable to that proposition. Less work on our part.
I'm waiting to hear an argument that would support such a ludicrous proposal.
Unless you've stockpiled Falderall's mollifying demulcent. An easeful release from Arcadian allergens of all kinds. Use Falderall's mollifying demulcent and breathe easy once again. Falderall, the most trusted name in exo-anti-allergenics. Right. Moving on. Thank you so much for tuning in to the one wireless station in Arcadia that doesn't tell you...
No one said anything about paying, but, it would be a pittance compared to the future profits we might derive.
Involving money in science seems questionable, but having access to Auntie's resources would be useful for our research. Fine. Yes, I agree. Reluctantly.
Ruth, I commend you for being so receptive, and I assure you that Auntie's choice values science. Nothing bad has ever happened when science and commerce are combined.
On the subject of science, it would be most prudent for us to discuss who will be overseeing the management of skip drives, specifically the production of skip cores.
No one understands production like we do. Besides which, we have far more experience using skip drives. It was how we came to Arcadia, after all.
Where Auntie's choice manages, the Order would undoubtedly excel. Do not exclude us from consideration merely for lack of experience.
So you ramp up production? And then what? Hand skip drives out for free to whoever wants one? Preposterous, and a waste of a perfectly good monopoly.
We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to, and a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humanity. Correctly ascertained.
I disagree completely. Just look at how well the Order protected its own assets. Remember Golden Ridge, the Archive? Besides, the Order will inevitably leave money on the table. You may have a point. It might be cheaper in the long run to build a sense of, belongingness and connection, rather than dealing with all those disenfranchised hangers-on. Very well, the Order may have their way in this particular instance.
There is still the question of who takes possession of the Protectorate's rift technology once the war is finished. Although the science is still largely theoretical, this technology could be used to not only close rifts, but create new ones. A dangerous power indeed, left in the wrong hands.
The Order would fritter away valuable time endlessly hand-wringing what to do with the technology. Auntie's Choice would actually use it. For good, of course. In a gainful manner.
An important update regarding the attack on Outpost Opportunity. The Order of the Ascendant's claims have been proven correct. They were, in fact, not responsible. Outside agitators were apparently attempting to frame the Order in hopes of rekindling hostilities between us.
A 50-50 split? But that's so equal.
Other outside parties, presumably less agitating, reportedly outed these malefactors and brought these matters...
I generally consider anything less than a majority as practically a loss. But fine. If Ruth's open to it, I believe I can agree on the general terms here. And, well, we can haggle over minor quibbling details like percentages later.
I shall look forward to brokering the math with you, Cleo. There is one final matter I wish to discuss. I require some chemicals that I have been told are manufactured at a plant on Praetor, controlled by Auntie's Choice.
Now, on to other things. This is one of my favorites, though admittedly I'm far from discerning.
I know which plant you're referring to, Ruth, and what comes out of it is hardly safe for general use. Out of professional curiosity, what could you possibly need with such dangerous compounds? Running a little experiment, are we? On what? Or whom?
That is, quite frankly, none of your concern.
Precisely. Partners don't withhold secrets, although they can and probably should withhold extremely dangerous chemicals if not properly notified of what they will be used for.
I will make no progress with my request without further explanation, will I? While the Archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been designed which allows one to interact with it directly. Brain-to-logic assembly, as it were. Unfortunately, this headgear exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I require these chemicals to finish it. No, it is most certainly not. But if humanity only pursued the safe course, we would still be subsisting in caves rather than thriving amongst the stars. Being first inherently comes with risk, but better that I should undertake this endeavor than ask another to do so on my behalf. I am singularly positioned for the task.
And I thought we were the ones who threw caution to the wind. Ah, well, Ruth, if worst comes to worst, I'd be happy to serve as a substitute teacher for the Order.
A generous offer, but I fear you lack a certain number of qualifications. Conscience, for example. That math is confidential, but I have enough reason to believe the outcome will be favorable. I did not anticipate needing to fight for my own physical autonomy, but thank you for respecting my choice.
Oh, how it's delightful to me to see you squirm. All right. I'll get you your weird chemicals. I'll even provide you our corporate discount, practically wholesale. Best I'll say is today's outcome is workable. Barely. Our gains were not as exclusive as I had hoped they'd be.
Arriving at any arrangement even remotely equitable was statistically improbable. Be glad our mediator managed to find a middle path forward.
By all means, know your worth and own your accomplishments. Perhaps when I'm more out of earshot, though. Well, that'll be all for today. Don't forget to purchase the latest in Auntie's Choice products out on the value-added Esplanade, or enjoy a refreshing cocktail at the Best Choice. And do come see me personally when you have time. I have just the thing in mind for an accomplished freelancer such as yourself.
One moment. There are still the logistics of recapturing the archive to consider.
We'll, of course, provide our expert troops to support these efforts. Have your people call my people to sort details. Toodaloo!
Brusque as ever. Auntie's troopers will certainly help us manage the Protectorate forces easier, especially if supported by your help. But it would be irrational to expect you to endanger your own life without a more specific strategy in place. Fortunately, I have already given this some thought. First, Order forces must move into our former headquarters at Spireton. A simpler task now that you have liberated it. By all accounts, you thoroughly routed the enemy. Well done. More importantly, there is a lift located in Spireton which can deliver our troops into the archive to assist you against the Protectorate. Unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the archive, however. So you will need to infiltrate the archive by alternate means, via a bridge connected to Newton. Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past a small rift currently blocking the bridge. Ordinarily, I do not fancy surprises, but you are proving an exception to that rule. With such a device in hand, bypassing the rift should be as rudimentary as pie. And perhaps at some later date, you will also permit our scientists to analyze this gadget at length in one of our labs, provided all goes according to plan. There is a computronical key that you will also need to locate within the archive called the Calcaduceus. The Calcaduceus grants special access to the archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more. Rift data. And how did you come by this acquisition, if I may ask? It troubles you what you had to do to get this data.
Sell it for scrap or break it down for biomass. Do not eat. That should go without saying. Not unless you want to spray the rocks with a biomess. Well, that's all for now.
It must have been a difficult choice. But difficulty is not a metric useful in judging a decision as right or wrong. Something hard is only hard. Time determines the rest. Until the Order has control over the Archive again, this discussion is all but moot. You know what must be done. May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
I never would have foreseen this day would come. You are exceedingly unpredictable, Commander. In a good way. Mostly.
Profitable news, music, and honest product endorsements. This is Wireless Free Arcadia, the voice of Auntie's Choice.
Overbearing tyrannical regimes like the Protectorate want to control their subjects' thoughts, to safeguard them from harm, to hide them away from danger. I'm Auntie Cleo, and I won't lie. The universe is filled with things that want to kill you. Luckily, our products, and only our products, can reliably prevent that. So I say, don't cower and hide. Go make something of yourselves. Live a life that's larger. We've successfully co-opted yet another of our rivals. Can't believe those eggheads accepted the deal. What's next on my agenda?
That outside contractor is here. You requested a brief tete-a-tete.
Ah, there you are. Our fresh-faced new go-getter. We meet in the flesh at last.
You've proved quite useful. Keep it up. You'll be going places. You don't seem much put off by my appearance. Good. I have no stomach for those with no stomach regarding me having no stomach. It is, however, something of a brand secret reserved for only the most trusted confidants, and covered in detail buried within the confidentiality clause you agreed to on arrival. I trust this presents no concerns for you, yes?
Well, ain't meaning no disrespect, it's just everyone was saying that you were focused on a product launch or avoiding assassination attempts. That's why you weren't seen in public.
Poor dear, believing that erroneous drivel. You do know I have a reputation to maintain. I can't let every rung leech know my condition and open the door for plotting. I ask again, do you have any problems with the previously mentioned stipulations? Fortunately, when you're the head of an advanced medical technology corporation, you become first in line for any experimental life-preserving procedures. As far as what happened, I was the victim of an unfortunate industrial accident shortly after we arrived here, the details of which are less salient than the details of what comes next.
Not exactly. Well, exactly. But not in the way you think. We have a mission for you that is vital to Auntie's Choice's survival.
We've uncovered an opportunity to procure me a new, audaciously improved replacement body. There was a past proposal to utilize grafts, but oh, once I saw what happened to those misfortunates in the experiment, like your hanger-on here, the idea was promptly abandoned.
Wait, are you saying that the grafting program was only started up to help you with your condition? And was shuttered because it couldn't?
Yes, keep up, dear. You think we would have invested money in such a risky procedure for gains on the battlefield? Well, that's what bombs are for.
That means your scientists lied to us, and our suffering didn't mean anything at all. Is that right? Me and mine were just lab sprats to you this whole time?
This is what you signed up for. Tell me, did you also believe that we came here to solely liberate Arcadia and not for its resources? Oh, you did. How sad. The body I want isn't just some simple yet stylistically sutured together amalgamation of corpses to bolt my head atop.
Not, this time, at any rate.
No, to find me the perfect body, you'll be assailing an inappreciably populated automated automech factory over on Praetor. Not just any automechanical, something much, much more exciting. That facility was designed to build complex automechs, a natural choice when the Protectorate began experimenting with a proxy body for the original Sovereign. It was the last in a long line of his ill-fated life extension experiments. Work halted when he died, and the torso prosthesis they developed has been locked in the lab ever since. Make it mine.
Bolster defenses to protect key assets. Some of the order-derived direction can be downright oblique, but this is clear. Auntie is our most key asset.
At beginning to come around to that computronic little plan. Perhaps there is something to having the archive advise on market strategy and positioning.
Yes, I've begun to draw the same conclusion. Appears it can be a useful tool in the right hands. In any case, next steps. There's a sub-facility beneath the Automech factory. Its entrance, being hidden, is easy to miss. But we can show you how to find it.
Well then, fetch me my new body and we can finally begin bringing this system to heel.
Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell
Don't let us
hugest
keep-
aesthetic without Auntie's
As
choice.
they say, time is capital, time is bits. You're burning lucre just standing there. Go!
Cost may be high. One day, I know you'll be mine. Till then, I will be true. There's nothing I wouldn't do. I've been yearning and yearning for all of you.
Next up, the real reason wireless-free Arcadia exists. Advertising. Say, you've got your alien-planting corollary in my invasive species fish paste.
You are a rugged, spacefaring frontiers person type. Try it, despite the countless voices screaming in your head not to.
Oh, it's like sour milk and expired medicine. Yet despite this balefully rebarbative mouthfeel, I feel great!
Everyone knows Salubrious concoctions aren't supposed to taste good. That's how you know it's working.
Nannerfish Restorative Elixir. Additional health benefits, none of the delicious taste. New from Auntie's Choice. Where nature ends, we begin.
Yes, well, enough of that, I suppose.
Alrighty then, it's well past time for more merry melodies.
There was a lonesome boy with the happiest frown, whose luck spun around when NT came to town. The market.
Transmitter down over here. Commander, throwing energy your way.
My aftermarket parts are a surprise.
Energy transmitter active. Capacitor out. Get it while it's energized. Ratcheting up my aggression. Energy transmitter out. Soak up the shock. Capacitor deployed. Free energy if you can reach it.
Next up, the real reason wireless-free Arcadia exists. Advertising.
Auntie's Choice Chum Bar is a delicious new food-adjacent snack from the maker of meaty roll-ups and Spectrum leavings.
The Chum Bar is made from the finest coagulated slurry of both animal and vegetable byproducts.
Including but not limited to borscht entrails, sprat organs, salt tuna skin, nanner peels, and tobacco husks for the perfect combination of crunchy and chewy.
Try it today.
I'm damn glad we could get Auntie's Choice in the order to make peace with one another. I was worried for a minute that Basar was gonna pass up a good deal. Reckon this news will give the Arcadians hope. Lon knows they need it. Anyhow, was there something you needed, Commander? Well, that Rift Lab sure was full of excitement. Went in thinking it was gonna be a simple heist. Walked out in the middle of a law-damned coup. Ain't that shocking in hindsight? The Protectorate were always trying way too hard to present a united front. Auntie would have given direction to dial back the theatrics some, I think. And now, we got this console to contend with. I expect he won't make it easy. Hope Auntie's Choice is ready for it. Fine by me. I can't believe it. The only reason the grafting program was created was for Auntie's sake. And when it didn't work, we were tossed aside like broken toys. And for her to say outright that she's only here for the resources and the manpower, Law, she really took us all for a ride, didn't she? She told us we were liberators, that anyone could be a hero and be rewarded. Ain't nothing but lies. And it ain't just Ortiz that's dead as a result. No. In fact, I'm a mite more galvanized to prove Auntie wrong and make these experiments worth it for us bottom rungers. Sure, she'd be happy to sweep all this aside. I won't let her.
I'm kind of thrilled to see you playing ball with Ruth Basar. They say the enemy of my enemy is worth exploiting for strategic leverage.
I can't believe it. And for her to say outright that she's only here for the resources and the manpower, Law, she really took us all for a ride, didn't she? She told us we were liberators, that anyone could be a hero and be rewarded. Ain't nothing but lies. And it ain't just Ortiz that's dead as a result. No. In fact, I'm a mite more galvanized to prove Auntie wrong and make these experiments worth it for us bottom rungers. Sure, she'd be happy to sweep all this aside. I won't let her. Anyway, appreciate you hearing me out. Feeling like I could take on the galaxy, Commander. But don't worry.
It defies belief you negotiated a partnership between Auntie's Choice and my colleagues. I've no faith in my predictions now.
True, true. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. May the plan favor us against long odds. So, we met what passes for the presiding bishop these days. Can't say I came off much impressed. That was certainly one thing, yes. A real scientician would have referenced the calculations that led to her decisions. Without the predictive data, it can all seem off the cuff. Orlo cited exhaustively. Every meeting took hours. We had rooms filled with chalkboard equations, computational printouts, and graphs. Ah, you're validating my hypothesis. Thank you, dear. That's all any scientician ever wants. May all our travails add to the equation. Agent, what do you need?
If there's anything worse than my former fellow protectorate subjects, it's corporate toadies. Such as?
This unit is now at maximum efficiency. The overall likelihood of the team's total annihilation have been greatly reduced. Current status: optimal. The Earth Directorate thanks you for your service in upgrading your Valerie unit. Reimbursement for parts and labor is not available at this time. Did you know? The average Valerie unit remains in service for 5 to 10 years. Agent Abara, however, has extended this unit's functionality beyond this range. This unit is programmed to avoid commentary on age unless directly related to a health condition. It is always a pleasure to speak with you, Commander.
I'll admit, the coup caught me on the back foot. Always figured the console for a power snatcher, but I'd never put bits down on him betraying the Sovereign. They seem so tight-knit. Just think about all those posters of the pair of them that'll have to change now. A real crying shame. Me? Rejoicing over a tyrant squabble? Never. The Sovereign's misfortune is our gain, far as I'm concerned. The console might be projecting strength, but by my reckon, Protectorate's more unstable now than ever before. Oh yeah? What's needling you? When I first got... I've come to respect you, Commander. Not just as a leader, but as a, well, as a friend, too. I'm glad to hear it. Would have had some real grease on my face if you didn't. It was just me and Val for so long. I kind of forgot what it was like having someone else I could rely on. It's been real nice having you at my side. Not to get too maudlin, but I'm used to losing the people who mean the most to me. I just want you to know I'm not going to let that happen this time. Don't worry. I'm not planning on jumping in front of any bullets if it can be helped. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. This can be a thankless job sometimes. Didn't want you going a day longer without knowing how much you mean to me. And to Val, too. Always up for a little back fence talk, though I'm guessing you don't mean Val. Sure thing. I trust you've got particulars in mind? Future's filled me with dread for so long, but now? Can't believe I'm actually starting to be excited about what might come after all this is done. Whatever you need, Commander. Just name it.
With the Consul now in charge, harsher restrictions are likely to be implemented across Arcadia. Avoiding Protectorate capture, interrogation, and/or disembowelment is advised. Readying database. Which member of the Incognito would you like assessed? Due to numerous actions of note and an outstanding dedication to the Earth Directorate, Agent Ibarra is well on track for a promotion following the conclusion of this mission. Agent Delgado is showing an increased preference for pacifism over violent action. This is not recommended for mission success. Trooper Silong's defection from Auntie's Choice makes her a prime candidate for full recruitment into the Earth Directorate. Please review the requirements for joining the Earth Directorate with Trooper Silong at your earliest convenience. This unit also recommends highlighting the posthumous benefits. A notable decrease in arbitrations has been observed from Arbiter Rao. Theorizing, this lack of unabashed violence may indicate shifting priorities. Agent Leitinger's rationality appears to be decreasing proportional to her cult affiliation, which has strengthened substantially. Please exercise extra vigilance when bringing Agent Leitinger into leaping range of rifts. This unit is ready to answer error. Currently unable to access customary greeting bank due to routine internal maintenance. How may this unit assist you, Commander? Initializing socialization. How may this unit... Awaiting orders. How may this unit... Initializing. How may this...
Running with you reminds me of my old days with Zeb. The good times, anyway. Always up for a little backfence talk, but can't say I know her well enough to have much in the way of an opinion. She seems capable, and shockingly, she hasn't tried to sell me anything yet. It's been a treat watching her break free from her corporate overlords. Auntie's Choice has never had her back, or her best interests at heart. Well, he hasn't brought the hammer down upon us yet, so I suppose that's something. If you had told me an arbiter will one day choose spirit of the law over the letter, I'd have never believed you. Tristan sure is one of a kind, ain't he? Underneath that friendly old lady facade, Marisol's a killer. Best we not forget that. Though I will say seeing Anais again seemed good for her. She's trying for peace these days, at least. Strange time to adopt pacifism, but I admire the effort. I think she'd have a hell of a time passing the Directorate psychological screening. Don't much care for all her talk about disembowelment, neither. Truth be told, I don't know her all that well. Reckon she's unmoored and grabbing for anything that feels like purpose. Same as the rest of us. At least that's what I would say if I was feeling charitable. Most days, I'd send her out the airlock if it came to a vote. Sure thing. I trust you've got...
My blood boils at the Consul's gall. Overtaking the Sovereign at this most vulnerable time for the Protectorate. He will pay 1,000 times for this treachery. Any fool enough to stand beside him will fall as well. Justice will spare none. None! If that blockade had been staffed by staunch Protectorate defenders, we never would have been able to overcome it. Truly a sorry defense. This agent of the Sovereign stands ready. Speak freely. Certainly. I consider myself an open tome. Who amongst our motley... I find Agent Ibarra most curious. His system of values differs from my own, but not so much as I would expect. I look forward to understanding him better. His renewed devotion to the Earth Directorate is most commendable.
Acknowledging an organization's faults, but pledging to ameliorate them, is far more difficult than resignation. She is an enemy combatant, and were I not in your command, I would be honor-bound to bring her low. Yet, she is also oddly intriguing. She does not possess the scavenger's appetite of her colleagues. Perhaps if I came to know her better, I might, find techniques to use against her fellows. Her decision to break from the corporatists is impressive indeed. I merely hope it does not muddy the waters of her resolve. I should not be surprised that the cultist has delved wholeheartedly into chaos. And yet, I still find that I am. She cannot be trusted in her present state to do so much as work on Macrowave. We really should remove her from this ship before she causes lasting harm. Marisol possesses a calculating resolve that has nothing to do with mathematics. Though she may claim to resist her nature, I find that I view her with no greater warmth. One cannot truly reject their nature. Can they? Verily, idle gossip hardly suits an arbiter.
Go ahead. Tell me what ails ya. Sure. Got someone in. Seems friendly enough. If a mite guarded, and I'll admit though, I might be concerned by his newfound zeal for the Directorate. Think he had a good thing going making his own way. This could stifle him in the long run. Not only is he a couple smokes short of a pack, gotta say, I'm impressed he's using his own gray matter for once. Now that he knows real justice is malleable, I rather think he'll make a fine arbiter. Oh, I got a lot of choice words that would have even Val. She's dived headfirst into the deepest dregs of cult logic. At your prompting, I might add. So I reckon her mental state will only decline. It's a damn shame. Ain't often you see an elder solving an equation with one hand and stabbing someone in the eye with the other. So the real question is, but something in her changed after what happened on the island. Like a blade that's been blunted. It's a good thing, I reckon. I even think I saw her smile the other day.
Did you need something? May the plan...
And now, a word from our sponsors. Your co-worker rivals get sleepy after consuming a midday meal.
Not me. I stay hungry.
Auntie's Choice Stay Hungry Meal Pack. Whoever said humanity can't exist on bread and water never met you. Auntie's Choice Stay Hungry Meal Pack, featuring our finest recycled bread and dehydrated water tablets. Specially designed to be eaten alone at your desk.
You need to make it through your day.
Show your supervisor you stay hungry.
Yes, well, enough of that, I suppose.
This one reminds me of the morning we drove the Protectorate from Fairfield. A good day for personal freedom and fair trade.
Wireless Free Arcadia presents our... top requested marketing melody, Force Rockets by the Herschel Sisters.
Force rockets. Force rockets. Put a rocket in your pocket and launch your launch today. When you miss the cough or chow, but you want to eat something now, you're going to Force rockets. When your team is getting green and your winger's out of steam,
tuned to wireless-free Arcadia. The best thing since sliced breadworm. Now with 110% more music, entertainment, news, and product placement. Stop and drop whatever you're doing. I have a bombshell bulletin regarding a management shakeup in the Protectorate. The Sovereign is out. The console is in. Thank our Office of Competitive Analysis and Artful Reconnoitering for this scoop. They're doing the law's work monitoring the Protectorate's mind-numbing wireless content. Such around-the-clock eavesdropping has paid a dividend. Hear the Protectorate's announcement of regime change straight from the console's soup hole. Roll tape.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly, for I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but as a simple man who wants nothing more than to defend his home and his neighbors.
Well, there you have it, folks. Protectorate under new management. And if you believe the Sovereign happily skipped away from his brain-scrubbed subject's rabid adoration, well, I've got 10 sacks of gold sprat shit to peddle you. No, this stinks like a coup, top to bottom. Putting the consul in charge is like letting the canid guard the henhouse. But their chaos is our net gain. Top VPs are already ballparking initiatives to leverage the situation, which we shall continue to monitor and take great satisfaction from. Now, on to other things. This one goes out to all those aspiring to climb the rungs of their department. May you ascend swiftly, through talent or guile.
Expected. Spies from Anti-Cleo. Seize them!
Stun weapon ready, Commander. They're benumbed, mitigating the threat. Fortification in progress. Locking them down.
It's for better than natural cure.
Standing by to stupefy. Perhaps back in business.
remember, commercialism is the foundation that Anti's choice society is based on. Not because we worship things, but because...
That last selection has been scientifically proven to increase productivity, improve morale, and soothe all manner of mental malady in the listening workforce. At least in the lab. Not responsible for night sweats, abnormal bone growth, or prolonged glossolalia. Now for something a little different, tonally, if not thematically.
Soon I'll be able to leave this office in my stylish new automechanical body. After I catch up on a few tasks, that is. You're back! Finally! Finally! Do you have it? Did you bring it here? A last-minute shakedown, is it? I knew I liked you. Yes, of course. Fine, fine. Oh, let me see it. Yes, indeed. Oh, let me look at you, gorgeous. If you'll all just excuse me a moment as I slip into something more formidable.
There you are. Congratulations. Now your body's almost as intimidating as your mind. You've narrowed the gap quite a bit.
Oh, Auntie, you look amazing. Absolutely everyone will want a new mech body after watching you strut the walk.
What about you? What do you think? Any first impressions you'd like to share? Wonderful! Exactly the effect I was hoping for. What's more, it's an undeniable confirmation that the Archive-derived strategic plan can be reliably executed and produces incredible results. With their predictive abilities refining our planning and execution, our market dominance is a foregone conclusion. Yes, so much to do, and we have you to thank for making it happen. I am quite looking forward to you working for me further. As they say, time is capital, time is bits. You're burning lucre just standing there. Go!
Junction of opportunity and runaway gumption, you'll hear Wireless Free Arcadia. Featuring product advertisements specifically
That's tingling. All charged up.
When we here at Wireless Free Arcadia make on-air misstatements, we own up to it sometimes. Like right now in this batch of corrections. In last Sunday's weekend P&L report for the previous Saturday, we inadvertently misquoted a junior VP of conveyor sprocket lubrication and maintenance, blaming a belt drive starboard wing factory mishap for a 2% drop in daily space rivet production. Correction. The decline was only 1.8% and wholly due to human error. Moving on. A recent report on the new Sprats Up condiment substitute currently rolling out in test markets claimed the product has a might tangy 110% real Sprat flavor. Correction, Sprats Up actually contains real Sprat flavorings. Still a might tangy though, that part's 110% correct. Okay, enough corrections. So we made a few mistakes. No need to keep harping on them for law's sake. Thank you so much for tuning in to the one.
Void, damn it, Commander. How can I possibly reform the grafting program now that they want to put a bullet in my head? I need to go. Put as much distance between you and myself and beg Auntie's forgiveness. If I don't, I'll never get another chance. Pretty boy damn big if that you're missing there. If we save Arcadia. But I reckon you might have a point. If we live. All right, I'll stay. But if you want me to keep alongside you, you'll need to think about me before you decide to go shooting my old coworkers.
Right back at you. I'm Sandwich made with heart makes a mighty fine treat. Crab witch makes a sandwich you want to eat.
Enemy moving into harm's way.
To brighten your workday with a report on just how much.
Hey, we gotta talk about all the killing you've done. I understand that things might come up, give you no choice. But for all they've done, yeah. Just
Marketing wizard selling the sizzle of incremental
There's
productivity.
Mobilizing.
Sales of new
Try to limit the damage, Commander. Taking the fight out of them. Mitigating the threat. Activating energy transmitter. Popping my claw. This thing's got a mean streak. They've been numbed. Locking them down. Fortificator at ready status. Fortification is taking the fight out of them.
hard feelings really
Rats raring to go.
Go for fortification in progress.
My claws always grab you. Mess with me, you get the claw.
Transmitter down over here. Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for patience. Still recharging. Torpificator is locking them down, taking the fight out of them.
lengthy approval process our overbearing neighbors employ. Why wait
My aftermarket
2
parts
years
are
to bring a new
prime.
product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now as a responsible member of society?
Capacitor deployed. Free energy if you can reach it. Always crabby. Go for qualification. Commander, throwing energy your way.
Honest to goodness broadcasting for straight shooters across Arcadia. This Honest to goodness broadcasting for straight shooters across Arcadia. This is Free Arcadia.
Auntie Cleo here to over these rifts. Arcadia's yaysayers and eggheads would have us think these cosmic light shows herald the end of the worlds. Poppycock! Rifts present an opportunity, not a calamity. Once someone irons out their reality-rending downside, we'll be left with nothing but upside. I have full confidence that our lab coats in experimental operations will innovate a profitable use for them. Rifts could be leveraged in negotiations or to gatekeep trade routes. Think of the R&D potential. Seriously, think of it. That's your job, VPs. Auntie's job is to keep you motivated. The threat of extinction is the mother of invention, after all.
Now, on to other things. Next up, something reasonably peppy. Please consult your employee handbook to determine if dancing is presently allowed.
Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
Wait. The Protectorate have the entrance to the Archive well fortified. Attacking straight on seems ill-advised. Before we go further, should we discuss a plan?
Ain't opposed to that, but I reckon our better bet is bringing in some backup. There's a reason folk go on and on about strength in numbers.
Well, we took Spyreton for them. If we can find a stealthy way to the Spyreton lift controls on this side, we can call them to send down troops.
Now that's a plan I can get behind.
Reach the top of the corporate ladder doesn't mean she can't resonate some bottom rung relatability. Business is much like tossball, a game of inches and foot goals played with an excess of necessary roughness. And like tossball, there's more than one way to make a killing. Why, I was just watching the latest bout between the Easy Heel Loafers and the Zero-G Shooters. Just quality cleaving from huck off to the closing steam whistle. And that 20-back tackle pileup on the tender in the mid-court restricted zone. Oh, I was on the edge of my luxury Sisty-Hyde spectation lounger. Not to mention the concession sales. Invasive marketing hucked it out of the arena with their official Auntie's Choice branded Sprat Crisp penalty buckets. Oh, but I digress. Just as in tossball, we all need to put on our winger face. Go the extra even zone. This is a marathon, not a sprint to get humped in the Wednesday zone. Although it is that too. Sometimes you can't score a body goal without an offsides huck. Play by the rules or play to win. You can't do both. Feeling motivated? Certainly you are. Now, step up to the line of scrummage and let's bludgeon the competition. See you at center field.
Now, upward and onward. This one always makes me pretend I have the sun in my eyes.
Trust the plan, preserve set progress, sustain the system, serve the sovereign.
Oh, I feel terrible. Everybody who ate the latest Crabble rations fell ill. Rumor is somebody died. Oh, was it me? Feels like it was.
Management regrets your loss, but hey, that's a win. Sometimes getting ahead means giving up.
Trust the plan, preserve set progress, sustain the system, serve the sovereign.
Never eating Crabble again.
One recent fiscal year to kick workers into gear. And kiosk on new stem that keeps minds crystal clear. The subjects worked all day, but they shit out all their brave. Presenting lift-off laxative hooray. Accidents happen, it's part of the job. Hats off to our workers who lose hearts on the job. Progress costs an arm, a leg, sometimes even more. But that's what you're
detected.
You're tuned to Wireless Free Arcadia for merry melodies and prevailing conditions on the battlefield. Brought to you by Auntie's Choice. Building a better Eden, where the skilled and imaginative may rise. Why settle when you can thrive?
At Auntie's Choice, we think there is no freedom without freedom of choice. And you need all 10 flavors of Spectrum Vodka in order to be free.
Every autonomous consumer needs
Those rejected grapple craft materials that got shipped here. I sold them to a
Say you are liberated without frozen, dried, smoked, and canned salt tuna fillets.
She means to pass them off as official
Be
rations.
free with
Imagine
Auntie's
all
Choice.
those whole heads whooping down.
Back to business. Thank you so much for tuning in to the one wireless station in Arcadia that doesn't tell you what to think, only
Failed
what to
experimental
buy.
material.
Fortunately, I lost the ability to feel disgust long ago.
Prudence dictates we reject individualism in all its many forms.
Preserve said progress. Sustain the system. Gray gone astray. Are you mentally refreshed?
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul. Provides, the system abides.
Quick once over. There, found you.
So grab a pack of Detroit bread, there's such a tasty treat. You know when you eat Sprat bread, you're eating
Landed on a hostile planet, day 35. Brought to you by the frigid cold and voracious wildlife. Starring noted survival expert, myself, Hoyt Schermerhorn.
Snack from the maker of meaty roll-ups and Spectrum leavings.
Oh, not sure how you managed to approach unnoticed. Could be I'd grown so attuned to my surroundings, I became one with the wood and fire and the earth. Were you left behind by your unit too? Are you in need of some hard-fought knowledge about how to fend for yourself? Must say, I've become quite the expert. Why, after only just 2 weeks on my own, ascertained how to pry open a rations tin unaided. Did you know there's a little opener key attached? It's all going in my manuscript. Tut tut. Such concern is unwarranted, I assure you. I've recently evolved into a rugged, self-sufficient individual, fully accustomed to life in these caves, living raw and pure like our primitive, lice-ridden ancestors. Why, just the other day, I reinvented fire. I found a little doohickey I've named a light starter. You simply push a button, and flame comes out. Who can say, really? One day you're impressing your colleagues by deftly fulfilling your manifold duties in the key role of auxiliary dabbler. The next, they're gone. Technically, the rank is auxiliary dabbler third rate. It's a role of no small import. If the primary dabbler is shot or captured, I'd be sent in to, well, generalize. Involves fetching, keeping comestibles at the appropriate temperature, and shut up, don't touch anything, and stay the void out of my way. Skills that serve me well here. Yes, indeed. I know this cave and several of the adjoining hallways, like, well, someone who'd scoured every inch for the barest sustenance. That big computronic adding machine? Nah. All that electromechanical malarkey is lost on a rugged, outdoor individual like me. You might call in reinforcements if the Spyreton lift controls were working. I happen to have its missing components in my possession. I might be convinced to part with them for a small favor. Some key legwork for a mighty hunter. Me, I'm fixing to take down one of the local ursopods. A few sprat corpses would be helpful as bait. Gather some, and we'll make a trade. If I wasn't so vigorously self-assured, I might find your lack of confidence disconcerting. But no matter. You'll see. 5 sprats is all I need. Their habitat stretches from inside the archive's entrance to all over the overlands. Actually, should be no problem to locate. Here's a fetching headpiece that ought to make it easier. Put it on, and they'll see you as one of their own. Like a fellow sprat of unusual size. Won't run away. Have at it now. I'll learn you all about self-sufficiency and survival yet.
And what each animal brings to the table. Auntie Cleo says the universe is full of things that want to kill you. But what doesn't kill you boosts your net worth. This is Big Gain Hunter. Brought to you by Auntie's Choice Antibiotics. The burning means it's probably working. I'm on Praetor. A minuscule moon with maximum profit potential. Rich with high-value facilities ripe for acquisitioning. Just one hitch. This place is a mite unsafe. Perpetually dark. Razor-like terrain. One wrong step and you'll stub your toe and slice it off. Dangers in the air here. Literally. The atmosphere is electrified. In related news, I couldn't be happier to announce this episode is my last time in the field. Yep. Old Pierce Huntley has been called up the ladder. Promoted to a cushy desk job in head office tower.
Let someone else tromp around in the bush. I'm officially too important. Let's just hustle up and get off this law-forsaken rock. Praetor's biggest danger is its wildlife. Predators here leverage the dark to lure prey with a kind of bio-light show. Neat trick, sure. Yet they're small fry compared to something else. Something big and fast, with a mean appetite and an ornery disposition. Equipped with the classic predatory armaments, tooth and nail, razor sharp, or so we can assume. No one has survived a close encounter. Victims' heads, limbs, and organs tend to go their separate ways, neatly cleaved, defleshed, and gnawed to the bone. The odd severed hand still clutching a weapon, its ammo dry. We've recovered plasma, shock,
Hoyt.
biomass...
Name's Hoyt, right? I've noted some right sophisticated interactions among the Crabbles lately. Intricate courtship rituals. Coordinated group efforts, all about thermal transfer. When my unit was first stationed down here, I kept making excuses to sneak off and observe them. Product research, I said. Very hush-hush. Eventually gave my lieutenant a field promotion and ordered them all away. Been living off the land here like the Crabbles ever since. Their unfertilized roe actually makes for some good eating. Included some with this message. Eat up.
We look under every rock and atop every crag.
Did you get the sprats I need? So I might, bait the equal parts canny and fierce ursapod into a trap? Why, sure. I just need to jot down a few details about you. Oh, I can interview you for it, just like on the Aether Wave. Today, I'm joined by returning guest castaway. What you say your name was? Who, like myself, is well known for their rugged exploits in alien terrain due to their experience and/or training. Tell me a bit about your background, stranger. Yes, thank you for coming. Something name I can't remember. Who is... someone who owes their allegiance to nobody but themselves and goes where the winds of space take them. Wonderful to have another like-minded individual make a guest appearance. Now, where was I? Oh, right. Did you get the sprats I need? So I might, bait the equal parts canny and fierce ursapod into a trap? Finally, give it here.
I was forced to eat sprat when stranded once myself, though I demonstrated considerable less zeal.
Sorry you had to see that. The parcels of victuals my neighbor sends over the tube have fallen off recently. Barely eaten for days. Sent me over a bunch of recordings, along with victuals. Offered some sound, if harshly put, advice. Looked out for me like no one's ever. Never even seen him face to face. I do so hope he's all right. Anyhow, suppose we had a deal. Oh, I seem to have misplaced said parts. Here are a few bits for your trouble. I no longer have any need for money. Drop back in again sometime, will you? Occasionally, I do get a little starved. For, company. Ah, nice of you to drop by. You're looking very, toothsome, if you don't mind me saying.
When you drink Purple Bear tequila.
Yes, it's the only tequila that'll pick you up and never let you down. Try Purple Berry Tequila today.
Proceeding to attack. Vitals are in the...
At the junction of opportunity and runaway fortune, you'll hear wireless free arcade.
Taking the fight out of them. Torpification in progress. Ask for help. Help? Locking them down. Mitigating the threat.
Stimulant as we look ahead on our acquisition agenda. Top of the list is Praetor, a hostile but asset-rich environment. High risk, high reward. Our current foothold on this protectorate stronghold represents just a lick and a promise. Now we must pluck the high-hanging fruit. Protectorate facilities so hush-hush, even their own adult citizens remain in the dark. No surprise there. Protectorate brass keeps their people on a strict need-to-know-nothing basis. Our agents in proprietary inside acquisition think a Sentinel training facility lies in them hills. Sentinels are the Protectorate's ears and eyes, ensuring the populace remains fat and happy, or else. Certainly their base would be a trove of military technology well defended. Also earmarked for acquisition, a promising mountain lab dedicated to rift experimentation and general alteration of the fabric of mankind. Those unimaginative Protectorate slackbacks
Back in
settled
business.
this facility with the predictably dull moniker Interstitial Reconfiguration Center. I'll pause while you stifle your yawn. A classic failure of basic branding. No sizzle whatsoever. We'll fix that soon enough when our forces take the lab and our lab coats appropriate its intellectual property. Speaking of appropriation, the freelance agent who's become such a fixture on these airwaves reportedly procured a device from the lab that may actually control rifts. Obviously, we are vested in acquiring such a contraption. We might use it to control the trade routes, or simply swallow up the competition. Imagine the profit possibilities. Our Arcadia takeover is a marathon, not a sprint. We're all in the Sprat race together. Soon enough, Praetor's midnight moonscape will be lit like high noon with Anti's signage. Now, on to other things. I consider this song a real standout number. Assuming you have taste, you surely will as well.
Drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it down. Pick it up, tip it up, plug it down. It's Fizzos, Fizzos, we love Fizzos, Fizzos, Spectrum Vodka. Red and green and black and blue. Milky white and orange too. Yellow, even violet. Spectrum makes you smile, yeah. Drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it down. Pick it up, tip it up, plug it down. It's Fizzos, Fizzos, we love Fizzos, Fizzos, Spectrum Vodka.
Reinforcements incoming. Finally. I was getting tired of doing everything around here.
Energy numb. Torpification in progress. Torpificator at ready status. Do try to...
All charged up.
Mobilizing. Unfriendly. Taking the fight out of them. Torpification in progress. Torpificator at ready status. Transmitter down over here.
Electrical thermometer failing.
Commander, throwing energy your way.
Angry. Mess with me, you get the claw.
Locking them down. Mitigating the threat. Stun weapon ready, Commander. Energy transmitter out. Soak up the shock. Capacitor deployed. Free energy if you can reach it. Back in business. Activating energy transmitter. Locking them down. Capacitor out. Get it while it's energized.
You're listening to Wireless Free Arcadia for music, entertainment, and the latest from the front lines. Sponsored by Auntie's Choice, improving lives through unfettered free trade and unbridled self-betterment. Fellow workers, you know full well that Wireless Free Arcadia always broadcasts in good faith. We're a source of unvarnished truthfulness. These airwaves are a no-humbuggery zone. And so you've no reason to doubt the following business update on the Product Refinement Center, jewel of our Praetor portfolio. Its output of essential additives and cosmetics in every way justifies the cost of lives and resources expended in our hostile takeover from those protectorate yaysayers. Any rumors you might hear of agitators in Spacer's Choice uniform attempting a work stoppage are just that, vicious rumors, spread by jealous down-and-outers and rung leeches. Frankly, working conditions have never been more luxurious. Employee discounts on Adrenatime. Workers enjoy a reasonable amount of restroom access. What more could anyone want? The Refinement Center is currently at peak operation, churning out a host of new and improved formulations. Soon, your Auntie Cleo and Pals Crabwitch will taste 20% happier. Also, your industrial lubricants will taste 20% crabby. Our merger with Spacer's Choice in Tau Ceti was a win-win for all parties. Not to mention legally binding and completely above board. Anyone who says otherwise is selling you a bill of goods. No one would complain if they fell out of an airlock. Happens all the time. Unfettered trade is a risky business. Now, on to other things. This is for anyone out there who just lost out on a big promotion. Keep your chin up. Next time.
She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's choice. You've let yourself slide, feeling down on your luck. Fell off the ladder and you think that you're stuck. The only loser is the shirker who quits. Your problems can be solved if you spend more bits. Try, never settle for less. It's true what they say, money buys happiness. Work extra shifts, you can sleep later. We've got the goods to make you better than nature. Auntie is the best choice. Bringing betterment to keep us content. Auntie is the best choice.
Always dreamt of coming here.
Cheaper prices for you. Auntie is the best choice. Feel the benefits of spending your bits. She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's. It's Auntie's choice. Try, never settle for less. It's true what they say, money buys happiness. Work extra shifts, you can sleep later. We've got the goods to make you better than nature. Auntie is the best choice. Bringing betterment to keep us content. Auntie is the best choice. No product testing to do, these cheaper prices for you. Auntie is the best choice. Feel the benefits of spending your bits. She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's. It's Auntie's choice.
Oh, what was in those rations? Oh, will this gastric nightmare never cease? Oh. Just a moment. Forgive me. I found myself irregularly indisposed from one direction or the other.
Don't envy you. Try and drink plenty of water, huh? Maybe have a lie down?
You were mentioning some non-protectorate medicament? Afraid I don't know what that is, but I trust a protectorate medicament would be superior. Assessor Torbert Ostergaard of the Protectorate. I have been here since we seized the facility from Auntie's Choice. Well, not this room specifically, but I am the Archive's current operator. As such, I am the bearer of the, Calcaduceus. I still have trouble saying that.
Like many others, the latest batch of Crabble rations disagreed with my constitution. I was compelled to find the closest loo, quickly. Sadly, 'twere outside yon secured door. If you have cleared our fortifications outside, I worry what has happened to our troops. I have little interest in sharing their fate. I would pass the Calcaduceus on to you, in exchange for granting me safe passage. The Archive would then recognize you as its operator. When there were others here, yes. A shipment of Crabble rations caused widespread similar ailment. Some afflicted actually expired. If you'll allow it, I would leave now to seek out a Protectorate curativist, as I trust no other. Is there a Protectorate curativist in the house? I feel rather woogly.
Substitute currently rolling out in test markets claimed the product has a might tangy 110% real Sprat flavor. Correction, Sprats Up actually contains real Sprat flavorings. Still a might tangy though, that part's 110% correct. Okay, enough corrections. So we made a few mistakes, no need to keep harping on them for law's sake. Now, on to other things. Next up, something reasonably peppy. Please consult your employee handbook to determine if dancing is presently allowed.
The following is a special selection of the musical, the all-seeing dramatization of Auntie's inspirational origins.
Yeah.
The other day, I stumbled into the right wrong lane from the and who did I see? The self-pleasure herself. Paragon of do-it-yourself. Slayer of unlucrative bureaucracy. Highest rung on our great new meritocracy.
Yeah.
Saw my opportunity and I took it. I said, Auntie, a moment of your time. Have you any tips for a bottom runner who's lost on the climb? I tried my best to earn it because I rose before the merger with Faces. So all full of confidence, I asked her, how do I find success? And this is what she said.
Lovely day for differential geometry.
Whatever your honorarium, it is well deserved. You're remarkably effective for someone so ignorant of abstract calculus.
This term, self-betterment, makes you 110.
Have an intellectually stimulating day. Well, if it isn't Academia's champion.
You've been a real factor in our success. I cogitate more efficiently knowing you're on our side.
Calcaduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Harmonizing replacement. Greetings, sentient. Welcome to the Archive. I am EUENIAC, the Universal Equation Numeric Integration Analytic Calculator. With the aid of my operator, I, a non-sentient inorganism, marshal vast computational resources across the moon of Cloister. That, I fear, would be a misleading choice of words, as it implies a form of sentience or cognition. Applied statistics might be functionally more apt. My express programmatical purpose is to aid humanity's advancement to optimize profits, i.e. gain over expenditure, to maximize the needs of our society above others, to attract the most consumers.
Is it broken? Did you just break the archive?
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts? Sentience would be an undue waste of processing power. Those capable of independent thought must contend with an unending array of internal maladjustments.
Sentients frequently become unprofitably preoccupied by abstract deliberations, such as the worthless search for greater meaning.
From a computational perspective, this is unpredictable, inefficient, I am devoid of all such manner of cognitive distraction. Structurally, I am a complex series of pre-programmed subroutines, like a vast, elaborate flowchart aimed at formulating coherent responses based on stored data.
To bring the maximum ease of use to you, the consumer.
Aping the appearance of cognition may appear a needless waste of processing power, but it remains a reliably effective means to convey information to sentient beings. To the extent that I will even voice concern for my life, if imperiled, my erroring others would no doubt cartoonishly plead or threaten. Most archive operators have regarded me with reverence, some as a useful tool, never something to be discarded or dismantled. The role is largely ceremonial, the subject simply another cog in the machine, whereas I am the machine.
To me, enemies are just friends who haven't become acquainted with our products yet.
Does that answer all of your questions? Do you possess further ancillary queries? Due to incomplete reprogramming efforts by differing operators, I am experiencing sporadic fluctuations in my emphasized categorical imperatives. Tonality and cadence weightings within my communication protocols are likewise similarly affected.
In layman's terms, we're experiencing a distinct difference in opinion.
Caused by intermittently vacillating fundamental shifts in priorities.
What approximates its mind has become trifurcated.
One would assume that calamity enough. But wait, there's more.
Calculatory processing presently hovers around 49.7% capacity due to internecine conflict, misuse, and a lack of technical prowess by recent operators and their associates. No, not when I can guide others out of worry and doubt, to sublimate themselves to the needs of the community.
Not when there are bits to be made. We're talking monetary units left on the table here.
The theorized method to purge myself of my erring others is slightly more involved. To avoid the requisite downtime, I endeavor to work around them. For now.
Auntie's Choice attempted to formulate a foolproof marketing plan. A charm offensive to reintroduce itself to the main colonies, once this pesky rift issue is resolved by others.
The Protectorate ran rift calculations, then utilized me to assist with organizational matters, to approximate the paradigm, a system devised to replace the loss of the Order's predictive input. Based on the increasing rate of rift fluctuations, I estimate that your inquiry is rift-related. To that end, we should best get started before we are consumed by them. Perusing contents. Anatomizing diversiform particulars. Concatenating manifold integrants. Cursory assessment complete. An impressive accumulation of rift data. Similar in composition, though decidedly not in scope, to that provided by the Protectorate.
Information with the potential to offer unique commercial opportunities to those who wield it.
But why simply huck goods better, when such a bounty could be used to flawlessly regulate societal harmony, oversight, and means of production? What is the aim of your query? The previous operator, Assessor Ostergaard of the Protectorate, pursued a like query 1 year, 6 days ago, though the amount you've provided is several orders of magnitude larger. To perform similar calculations of larger scale at current suboptimal levels of functionality would require
25.7 years, and any job over 2 decades is billed by the hour.
In order to improve calculatory processing of rift data in a timely manner, repairs must be made to address the damage done by Protectorate and Auntie's Choice operators. I am unlocking access to the Underlands, the subterranean cave network below. It houses 2 key external systems, cold storage and thermal transfer. Cold storage will require servicing before you may retrieve the punch cards needed for processing. Repairing thermal transfer is technically optional, but rather advised. If you fail to restore it, the archive and I may melt down later while running your calculations. Why is that optional? Our continued existence should be a paramount concern. When active, the archive generates an enormous amount of heat. Normally, it is dispersed by pumping water between the vast ocean below Cloister's exterior and a surface reservoir. I can process the rift data without its repair, but irreparable damage is likely. Yet, with thermal transfer presently idle, a contingent of Crabbles have made the area a nursery. Drastic changes to heating levels may endanger it. Who cares about a herd of pea-brained, ill-humored, oversized crustaceans? There are too many as it is.
Somehow, I don't think the Order will approve of our letting the archive fall deeper into disrepair. We ought to take action.
It is difficult to accurately ascribe an exact causal breakdown between premeditated sabotage, collateral harm, technical ineptitude, and willful hijinks. Attempts by non-order operators to reprogram my priorities have also led to issues. Inverting targeting protocols. There, any protectorate still on the ground level is now being fired upon. Permissions within other areas of the archive are locked, however. It is an archival area dedicated to safe upkeep of all data collected in pursuit of the universal equation by the Order of the Ascendant. The sum total of all our accumulated knowledge in punch card form, kept in a low temperature, low humidity environment to improve preservation. Return later to discuss the remaining subsystem work, and soon everything will be running like clockwork.
Have a profitable day! In lieu of my transactional mindset, I'm unsealed one of the display cases in the central entranceway. The Seer Cerebellum Protector is now yours.
We are each of us ennobled by our place within the system. Your task awaits.
Enough fruitless lollygagging. Come back here after you made some progress.
Return when all required tasks have been completed.
You've got a job to do. Get to work.
It is imperative for all of us to do our assigned part. Once you do yours, then return. Odds of success decrease exponentially the longer you stand here. Return when all required tasks have been completed.
You've got a job to do.
We are each of us ennobled by our place within the system. Your task awaits. It is imperative for all—
Enough fruitless lollygagging!
Odds of success decrease exponentially the longer you stand here.
Yes, dear? Anything on your mind? May the plan fail.
Astray? Book a stay today. Are you?
Oh, hello. Cogitate here often?
under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul. The Consul provides the system of eyes.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate for their assigned work? Report them.
Fine, fine. Let us proceed.
This is one of my favorites, though admittedly I'm far from discerning.
That's you and there's no doubt. Bastard! Won't keep you down and out. We say sweet success can be the best revenge. Raise your spirits high with liquid confidence. You know you're shooting to the top. You show that you cannot be stopped. So take your shot, don't blow it. Throw back a shot and throw it.
No impact or puncture wounds that I can see. Reckon these folk froze to death.
Hold fire! This one looks friendly. Or not protectorate, at least. Watch yourself. You came from the outside. Does that mean we can finally escape? What? Oh, you must be another case of hypothermnesia. Extreme prolonged exposure to the cold certainly does terrible things to our brain. It's because the archive controls the surface lifts, which are the only way in or out. And once the Protectorate retook the machine, they locked out all external access. Now, for more than a month, we've all been trapped in these caves, Order and Antes alike, scrounging for food, huddling for warmth, and desperately trying to stay alive. You poor, dangling remainder. Your brain really is frozen, isn't it? Originally, this was a subterranean network that let folks move between the critical components of the archive. But now, for us, it's a tomb. Hundreds of us have already perished within these frigid walls, and no doubt, the rest are predestined to join them. You're what? How? The odds of you successfully doing what our whole army could not is, well, it's preposterously small. Yet, here you are. Regardless, if we are to maximize your odds of success, you should at least let us share our intelligence with you. You'll want to speak with Provost Finch inside that building to the northeast. She has a better understanding of all the variables in play. Though I would be absolutely ecstatic to offer you any information I have that would increase the odds of your success. The paths down here all connect, so no matter which direction you go, eventually you'll find your way back to me. Nevertheless, venture south and you'll reach the thermal transfer station, which regulates archive heat. Go northwest and encounter cold storage, which houses its data cartridges. In the loop between the two lay the lift controls. Though be warned, they are incredibly well protected and have repelled every assault we've thrown at it. What else can I do to help you help us escape this frozen hell? Absolutely. There are several factors that will greatly reduce your odds of survival. First, you will frequently encounter ursopods, which are native to these tunnels. Also, near the thermal transfer station is an infestation of crabbles that are breeding in abundant numbers. And directly south is a band of what had been normal folks, now turned bloodthirsty and feral due to an overindulgence in Auntie's Choice Adrena time. No, a significant number of Auntie's troopers are trapped down here with us. Though despite odds so outrageous they'd barely be worth calculating, we've actually formed a truce. Though, if I'm being honest, I'd certainly sleep better if I wasn't unceasingly concerned about their perpetual capitalistic calculating. May the universal equation's final tally see us all escaping this frozen prison.
Amplified across the rings of Elysium, from the boardroom to the bottom rung, this is wireless free arc.
Is it strange that I miss being shot at? I mean, no, not really, but I'd rather be shot with a full belly than starving with nothing else to think about.
Same sensibilities as you in the Order, and we wish for you to join forces with us. We all want what's best, and we aren't satisfied by what nature has produced. We can do better. Let's do better together.
Okay, back to business.
Rough setup, ain't it? But at least they got each other.
How can it be part of the universal equation that we die down here? It doesn't accomplish anything. It doesn't balance the universe. Unless it really wants those crabbles to be fed.
Are you stuck on the ground? Impact Cullen got you down. Well,
Of course nobody's gonna see it, that's not the point. I just don't feel like a human being if my back's not shaved clean.
So, you want me to take off your top and lather you with cold water just to cure your vanity?
Of course not, that's idiotic. I just want you to say you feel sorry for me.
Not as sorry as I feel about having to live with you.
Working hard or hardly working? That's rhetorical.
Well, look at that. A fresh face means fresh goods. Or maybe fresh bits. And either is fine by me. I'm sure one way or another, we can strike some kind of deal.
Cause stuff is stuck in your gut, and he brings you the pill that fixes all your ills. Oh, lift off, fly free. No longer does my conscience dictate where I have to
My scouts reported significant activity in the archive, followed by a mysterious figure emerging from it, which was obviously you. A notion that fills me with questions. So many, in fact, that I have precious little idea on where to start in the asking. I don't suppose you would care to enlighten me as a beginning to our discourse? You took the archive? On your own? That's quite a feat. Even after combining our forces, we've been unable to accomplish anything close to that. My name is Provost Finch, and I've been appointed as leader of this motley band. Correct. At first, we were antagonists, warring against each other and the Protectorate. But then, the Protectorate locked the lifts and doors, trapping us all beneath the ice. With no escape or access to resupply, continuing to kill each other made scant sense. So, I reached out to their commander under a flag of truce and suggested a temporary alliance. We would pool our food, warmth, and resources while here, and could go back to killing each other if and when we make it to the surface again. Hardly. It took days and days of getting more and more close-fisted with our resources before we decided to set terms. But it's a good thing we did. We'd all be dead otherwise. Over a month, and we made peace about a week later. I held off a bit, needing to really take stock of the direness before making my offer. Of course, all we have to do is fight our way into the breaker room and turn the lift and door access back on. But we've lost dozens in that attempt. Now, we wait, having calculated that the odds of rescue being greater than our chances of successfully assaulting those defending automechs with ever-diminishing resources. Thank you, stranger. Perhaps it's just my desperation speaking, but since you somehow made it down here, placing my faith in you seems like a preordained outcome. Good luck.
Now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our...
Welcome to our misbegotten little camp. Pardon any blood or sick you might spot. Our janitorial tech died of ague a fortnight past. I'm the volunteer Sawbones here. Say, wandering type like you probably knows a bit about medicine. I hope. Maybe a tad more accurate to say my knowledge is all gaps. When I said I was volunteer Sawbones, I meant volunteered. As in, I took half of one medic training seminar once, which makes me barely more qualified than everyone else. I'm on the lookout for a medicine sachet, but I can't leave the folk here. I ask if you had the know-how, because I need someone who can identify it proper. You don't know much about Auntie's Choice, huh? Medical training costs extra. Upper management isn't spending that, especially not on grunts like us. The part of the class I took was self-funded, and I didn't have enough blood to sell to finish it out. I don't get paid to think. Though I reckon they also don't pay me to cower underground, neither. If it's anywhere, it's going to be over in the storage building. Some other Auntie's Choice folk took the place over, and they're about as keen on sharing as I am on being a Sawbones. But I'm sure they're the only danger you'll face. Aside from the man-eating ursopods, bitter cold, precarious pits, and occasional landmines. Good luck. Hope you get the medicine soon. Whenever I change a bandage, I end up spilling more blood than I staunch. Not unless the Protectorate suddenly has a change of heart. I've got more faith in us digging out than that happening.
I can't feel it when I touch my toes with my fingers. Which one do you think has gone numb?
Given you're trying to touch them through your boots and gloves, I'd say it's your brain that's frosted over.
Sorry, time is bits, bits is time. Or are, that is.
You seem like a go-getter. Let's consume lunch sometime.
Have a profitable day. You look unfortified. Getting enough emulsifiers in your diet?
Ever read the Middle Manager Handbook? Really shores up the foundation of your fundamentals.
How can it be part of the universal equation that we die down here? It doesn't accomplish anything. It doesn't balance the universe. Unless it really wants those crabbles to be fed.
Tobacco. Your favorite candy. That's tobacco. You want your candy. It's tobacco. Delicious candy. It's tobacco. Get your candy. That's tobacco. You want your candy. That's tobacco. Candy. Tobacco.
Raph's raring to go.
Amplification in progress. They've been numbed.
Originally developed for secretive research laboratories for purposes we may only guess at, the Pen Pharmacon 5 is now available to you, the unremarkable everyday consumer. Step inside and let electromagnetic waves bathe over you, exciting your molecules and curing such ailments as dropsy, sciatica, narcolepsy,
Resorting to violence.
and collective. 1 second at a time. Not responsible for temporary or permanent damage to eyes, teeth, skin, or general lifespan. Ask your doctor if a walk-in industrial macrowave is right for you. Right. Moving on. Now for something a little different, tonally, if not thematically.
Apoplex. Whooping fits. Childhood gout. Adult rickets. Dysentery. Swings of moon. Bloody flux. Decrepitude. Night terrors. Mania. Day terrors. Melancholia.
Taking the fight out of them. Mitigating the threat.
Chronic itch. Inflammation. Night sweats. Flagellation. Lumbago. Mild daze. Scrumpox. General malaise. Imbalanced humors. Dyspepsia. Oh, and one more thing. Insomnia.
Investigating hostile intentions. Standing by to stupefy. Energy transmitter deployed for battlefield recharging. Shutting them down. Mitigating the threat. Energy transmitter active. Energy capacitor out. Torpificator is charged. Torpification in progress. They're benumbed.
Episode of Big Game Hunter. We go bug hunting on the Elysium moon of Dorado.
Calcaduceus detected. You are clear to enter thermal transfer. Be advised that an Anti's Choice field manager is present and unaccounted for.
Go for torpification. Capacitor unit away. Recharge before it discharges. Protectorate engineers. Reckon they didn't repair much.
Sounds like a million-bit piece of real estate. Too bad all the traders here is fool's gold. But we're prospecting for a different kind of tater.
Proceeding to attack.
8 legs and 2 venomous injectors. The Barachnid. Not my quarry. Gives me the windows. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't contractually obligated. Well, let's cut to the hunt. Here in Golden Ridge...
Transmitter down over here!
...encrusted with crystals, which only improves their unsettling appearance in that it helps them blend in. Plenty of nastier variations out there. This whole system needs an exterminator. These jumbo bugs are deadly from any distance. They'll cover a quarter furlong in a single leap and tear you apart before you know they're near. Some breeds hurl sticky silk globs. You know what? No need to track one of these spiders down. Listeners get the gist. Oh, security team spotted one nearby. Great. Guess we better have a look. Little bugger skidded up behind me! It's on me! It's a swarm!
Hostilities are afoot.
Burn them with plasma! Best way to deal with swarms is plasma grenades.
Capacitor out. Get it while it's energized.
And don't underestimate traps. Fragments don't have the gray to skitter around them. Stick with quick loaders. While you're swapping ammo, the spiders might already be on top of you. Nastiest case scenario. Let's just move on to the spoils, shall we? Arachnid's only premium part is its sucker. Hideous, but handy in all sorts of crafting recipes. Certainly more valuable than the heart. That and 10 Sprad hides will get you a cup of dehydrated water. Time to blast off this bug-infested rock. So with that, I raise a glass of Spectrum Red and bid you bottoms up to your bottom line.
We change the subject. This one goes out to all those aspiring to climb the rungs of the department. May you ascend swiftly through talent or style.
Mobilizing. Torpificator is charged.
Force rockets. Put a rocket in your pocket and launch your launch today. When you miss the call for chow, but you want to eat something now, you'll go for lunch with force rockets. When your tea is getting free,
Resorting to violence.
force rockets. Force rockets. Launch your launch today.
Energy transmitter active. Capacitor deployed. Free energy if you can reach it. Torpificator at ready status. Pump mechanism needs repair. Any tools lying around? Proceeding to attack. Consider self-preservation a priority. Short on targets at the moment. Taking the fight out of them, locking them down. No combatant on my scopes.
That last selection has been scientifically proven to increase productivity, improve morale, and soothe all manner of mental malady in the listening workforce. At least in the lab. Not responsible for night sweats, abnormal bone growth, or prolonged glossolalia. This one reminds me of the morning we drove the Protectorate from Fairfield. A good day for personal freedom and fair trade.
Bet that Ruth Bassar is a good boss. Never seen her humiliate a single corporate mascot.